Today is Father's Day. Bonn extends voting deadline till May 10. Police Service Commission approves salary payment of police recruits owed for 6 months. Wildfire engulfs western Canadian province of Alberta, rendering 25,000 people homeless. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Fathers in the Catholic Church today commemorated Father's Sunday, which is celebrated on the feast of St. Joseph the Worker. The day is set aside to celebrate fathers as the pillar of every home and lord of their different families, whose duty is to lead, instruct, direct, cater, discipline, and train their wards in the fear of God so as to be useful to them and society at large. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the reports.
The fathers, who were dressed in their Catholic men organization CMO uniforms, took center stage in their masses as they read lessons and led in other activities of the mass. In a homily to mark the day at St. Thomas Aquinas Parish, GRA Oka, the parish priest, Reverend Father Francis Oranye, said that the joy of living together as husband and wife is supreme. He urged fathers not to be worried by their family issues, but to always use dialogue to resolve any crisis in the family. Father Oranye harped on the importance for fathers to always be open to their wives, which will help them earn the trust of their wives and inevitably contribute to raising godly children.
As we are celebrating today, it is good that we understand ourselves and as we share things, it will help us. Let the other know what is going on.
Speaking to the ABS shortly after the mass, Anambra State Commissioner for Housing, Honorable Polly Onyeka, who is a patron of Catholic Men's Organization, asked fathers to pay more attention and care to their families than their careers, lamenting that many have failed in child upbringing because their focus is to be successful in life, forgetting that their families are paramount to the betterment of the society. On his part, the Director, News and Current Affairs Department, Anambra Broadcasting Service ABS Soka, Mr. Gabe Opaleze, noted that fatherhood is a vocation which demands love, sacrifice, and prayerfulness, while emulating the Holy Family of Joseph, Virgin Mary, and Jesus Christ. Also lending his voice, Patron, CMO, Chief Henry Honora, said that fatherhood is not an easy task, but with persistence, endurance, and trust in the things of God, they can have peaceful families and encourage young fathers to make prayers and love of God their watchword.
So we already know, as the leader of the family, you cannot do without loving your family. You cannot do without ensuring there is peace. And that can be done with a lot of sacrifices. More sacrifice and sacrifice so that there will be peace and love.
Special prayers were offered for the fathers, while Thanksgiving and other social activities were held to mark the celebration. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria (BON) has extended voting deadline for the Nigeria Broadcasting Awards (TNBA) till May 10. A statement by Chairman of the Award Steering Committee, Guy Moribruce, said this is to allow the public more time to vote. Last week, the judges panel, led by Emeka Mba, former Director General of National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), released nominees list after completion of shortlisting for the May 17 event. We decided to extend voting by 6 days to enable more people vote. Each voter is allowed 100 votes. The committee assured the public of fidelity of the process, saying that the awards is to raise standards by recognizing and rewarding excellence. In continuation of its enforcement drive to ensure compliance to payment of petroleum products, fee zero tolerance to selling of adulterated petroleum products and meter adjustment by the petroleum dealers in the state, the Anambra State Joint Petroleum Enforcement Team of the Ministry of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, as directed by the Commissioner of the Ministry, has paid unscheduled visits to some filling stations in Anambra. Correspondent Njideka Okoye reports that the exercise took the team to some petrol and gas filling stations in Amobia, Enugu, Abagana, Ezewole, Abatete, Uke, and Ukpo, where they issued them demand notice and embarked on other routine checks.
Exercise, the administrative assistant to the Commissioner for Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Mr. Anthony Mbadiwe, stated that the enforcement drive was to monitor the level of compliance and to urge petroleum marketers and dealers to comply with government directives on payment of consolidated petroleum products fee for filling stations in Anambra. Mr. Mbadiwe explained that the drive was also to recover debts of government fund for 2022 consolidated petroleum product fee and issue a demand notice for 2023 payments of the same levy, noting that they have informed and enlightened people on the need to pay their tax and levies to enable the government serve them well, as it is the fund generated from internal generated revenue that government uses to develop the state. He stated that the exercise was also to ensure zero tolerance to adulterated petroleum products in the state to protect Anambra from being defrauded by buying the products at a higher price or from adjusted meters, and commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the wonderful works he's doing in Anambra, while urging petroleum dealers and stakeholders in the oil and gas sector to comply with the payment of the consolidated levy of the government for 2022 and 2023.
We are soliciting on petroleum dealers, all the stakeholders in the oil and gas sector, to comply with the paying of this consolidated petroleum levy that is due to the government.
The chairman of the team, Sir Simon Adabanya, who said that the exercise was also to ensure that the products are not hoarded, thereby causing artificial scarcity, which in turn brings hardship and suffering to Anambra, expressed dissatisfaction with meter adjustments and sale of adulterated petroleum products by some marketers, and urged perpetrators to desist from such acts to avert government sanction.
Even if you don't adjust your pump, PEF, government normally pay PEF to all these stations. If you sell even 200 naira per liter, you still make gain. Why adjusting your pump again? I'm advising them, please come down, even if it's 200 naira per liter. You still make a gain.
Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
Committee of former students of Very Reverend Professor Peter Damien Akpononu have rolled out the drums of celebrations to honor an outstanding personality for his contributions in advancement of ecclesiastical vocations and development of the society as it clocks 80. The pontifical mass to mark the historic event held at the Blessed Iwenetansi Major Seminary on Onitsha was graced by College of Bishops, priests, and the religious, top government officials, as well as dignitaries from the state and beyond. Staff reporter Odinaka Wolisa tells us more.
Many more years to you. Many more years to you. Many more years to you. Many more years to you.
The celebrant, who was the former rector, Brigade Memorial Seminary in Enugu, as well as Catholic Institute of West Africa, Siwa, Port Harcourt, was surrounded by family members, friends, and well-wishers. In his homily, the Catholic Bishop of Enugu Diocese, Most Reverend Callistus Onaga, who centered his message on how can I repay the Lord, traced the historic birthday to Egyptian times and observed that such remains a period of stock-taking for memories and thanksgiving to God for his goodness. He described very Professor Akpononu as an academia and biblical scholar, entrusted with versatility of talents that has made remarkable watershed in the positioning and nurturing of future priests in the society.
Our prayer is that God, through the intercession of our Blessed Mother Mary, will continue to bless you in good health, many happy years, and many other choicest blessings.
The celebrant, in his remark, expressed commitment and readiness in serving God and humanity, irrespective of age status, appreciating all who contributed to the success of the event.
You all very gladly walked around the clock to show that everything was in place. For this, I am immensely grateful and thank the choir for its beautiful performance.
In their separate speeches, the chairman planning committee, Reverend Monsignor Theophilus Odukwe, as well as one of the organizers, Professor Fidelis Okafor, who recounted the uncountable and selfless services of the celebrant to the church and humanity.
You have done well. The Igbo people say when you celebrate the elders, then one day you will be an elder and others will celebrate you. So what they have done today is trying to put their money in the bank.
Felicitating with him, Anambra State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Professor Sylvia Ifemeje, and Reverend Father Hyginus Aguno of Nnewi Diocese spoke of abnormal passion in the task of human development and prayed God to strengthen him more. Also, of birthday cake and presentation of gifts featured at the event. From Tansen Major Seminary on Nature, Odenakan Wolisa reporting.
In order to correct the anomalies, especially as it concerns teenagers and youths on morality, a book has been published by a youth, Ms. Favor Ifemeje. Correspondent Kenechukwu Chukwudi witnessed the public presentation of the book in Oka and now reports.
Speaking during the event held in Oka, a guest, Professor Obanwoba, lamented the level of moral decadence in the society, which has witnessed high level of irresponsibility on the part of teenagers and youths, resulting to high crime rates and violence in the society. He commended the author of the book for her work and her Save 18 Foundation as a right step to salvage the situation. Speaking in the same vein, Engineer Tio Adeniyi lamented that teenagers are facing enormous challenges due to lack of guidance, and to address the anomaly, the book is a necessity for both teens, youths, and parents, urging the author not to relent on her efforts to help the teen and youth with her book and foundation.
But with this book, it will go a long way to educate them, and the parents also, it will also help them to really go all out.
A review of the book titled Save 18, Miss Onyinye Duru revealed that the book was written concisely in simple language with 7 chapters for easy reading and comprehension. Miss Onyinye noted that the book can help the teen know the dangers of immoralities, especially premarital sex, abortion, and also how one can salvage themselves if they are already entangled in such situations. The author of the book, Miss Ifemeje, who expressed her excitement for the accomplishment, thanked God for his inspiration and grace, and expressed optimism that the book and foundation will make an impact.
Know that it will impact people globally. It will impact teenagers globally. That is what I know this book will do.
In their remarks, Pastor Uche Anyanwu and Pastor Miracle Eze emphasized that the book and the foundation will definitely make a difference to save the teens and the upcoming generation.
This is what I've been praying for, wanting to see people that will be bold enough to step out and help the younger generation in giving them direction.
In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
The Police Service Commission approved salary payments of police recruits owed for 6 months. Wildfire engulfs Western Canadian province of Alberta, rendering 25,000 people homeless. Here is a special message before we go on this break. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Stay on. We'll be back after this break.
House refreshment is goodness to go round. Introducing the Peak Yogurt Drink 1 liter Full House pack with more refreshment, which contains fresh cow milk. Enjoy Full House goodness filled with essential vitamin and minerals. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Glad to know you're still watching. The Police Service Commission, PSC, has approved salary payments for the 2021/2022 police recruits who had passed out of the police colleges and in formal police work. Mr. Ikechukwu Ani, the head of press and public relations officer of PSC, said this is a statement that the affected recruits serving in various police commands and formations had been in service for the past 6 months without salary, and he said the approval for the salary payment was in the interest of national security, anchored on the need to amicably resolve the lingering issues of recruitment between PSC and the Nigeria Police Force. The PSC spokesman said the issue had occasioned untold hardship on the police constables. He said the decision was also in response to outcry and appeals from Nigerians that the 2021/2022 police recruits were yet to be enrolled into the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Information System, IPPBIS. The complaint is that the batch of recruits have not received salaries 6 months after passing out from the police colleges and duly posted to police commands and formations for active police work. Mr. Anis said the outcry is to ensure that the recruits are not made victims of the face-off between the Commission and the Nigeria Police Force. Alberta has declared a state of emergency after wildfire has spread across the western Canadian province, driving nearly 25,000 people from their homes. Faced with more than 100 wildfires, Alberta's Premier Danielle Smith called this situation unprecedented. Residents of Edson, a town of more than 8,000, were told to leave immediately. Many of the fires are burning out of control, fanned by strong winds. Firefighting helicopters and air tankers have been brought in, and the federal government has offered assistance from Ottawa. Alberta is a major oil-producing region, but so far all facilities do not appear to be in immediate danger. The Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, has assured the victorious team Nigeria that represented Nigeria at the just concluded CAA Under-18 and Under-20 Championships in Ndola, Zambia, of proper grooming and monitoring ahead of the future competitions, as he congratulates the athletes for their wonderful performance at the age grade championships, while welcoming the athletes to the country. The minister said they have surpassed the performance of the last edition of the competition in Côte d'Ivoire 4 years ago, where Team Nigeria finished 4th and the current team finished 2nd behind South Africa, despite going with lesser athletes. Team Nigeria was represented by 41 athletes, winning 36 medals, 17 gold, 10 silver, and 9 bronze medals. 80 athletes represented the country in Abidjan. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television or CAP, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log onto our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points. Today is Catholic Father's Day. Bonn has extended voting deadline till May 10. Police Service Commission has approved salary payment of police recruits owed for 6 months. Wildfire has engulfed western Canadian province of Alberta, rendering 25,000 people homeless. And here is a special message before we go. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news tonight. Thank you so very immensely for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night and stay blessed.